right. Abusuami cha na misanso emo akwaba emre channel so abusuafo ha. That's why be media je beso wase enani de dikan wani twa channel so abusua beso wase be subscribe be like na wa bo aso ahema fa pension be ate no anya bi ate na abusua eye Baba Jamal yes. Waye ade ama sesiam ne wakase eye NDC for ate committee a chese omo eye nhwehwemu allegedly omo chomu semu eye ade 10 million Ghana cedis na eye MPs ni bi chese omo eyusu ede eto vote na abusua we dey ma me kasa wan pese ekọ na yetie enkoma ekọ so na se ne aba bonten emra sesi ha that's why e be media je chabu se be se wase ene dey di kan wani twa channel so ni dey kwan so abusu be se wase obe subscribe e dey amai bobo notification bell no so for more podcast update abusu yetie enkoma aye TV3 e dey aba bonten emra sesi ye da se
10 million Ghana cedis and MPs na ya no mu yusu ede top vote by allegedly na na yedim said the course when we the course wo aya wasu eastern promise no Baba Jamal na e ba say alleged vote buying because we involved openly na abusuan according to TV3 chema CDD Ghana chem say 10 million Ghana cedis and MPs yusu ede top vote buying no they are indirectly attributing say allegedly no the MP Baba Jamal involved in what vote buying with 10 million Ghana cedis in the NPC for act committee to probe to inside. Min kani ni anko echire no. The be ura nsem ni akoti TV3 ho ana omudi sankomo nyina emisho.
Reprioritize funding to complete the project as designed and planned, and engage transparently with Parliament and the people of Kumasi and Ashanti region in general on the way forward. Kumasi deserves infrastructure that reflects its national importance, not half solutions justified by selective constraints.
Well, this afternoon, voter inducement and the course of elections in Ghana is a subject as old as the Fourth Republican dispensation. And over the weekend, it re-emerged in quite some style during the NDC's parliamentary primary. TV sets, motorbikes, and cash were donated in open glare of TV cameras with no remorse and justification from some of the leading candidates. The governing NDC has attempted a course of action to remedy what has become an embarrassment to their research agenda, setting up a committee to investigate the development. With the committee expected to begin its work today, conversations from civil society and watchers of the political space say the NDC and the government must use this as a rallying point to deal a decisive blow to monetization in politics. Now, according to data from the Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana, contesting for political office has become increasingly expensive. Their latest research shows that winning a parliamentary seat alone now costs in the regions of 10 million cedis, while presidential campaigns run into hundreds of millions of dollars. And we'll walk you through the data points right now, and then we'll take you to the Ayawaso East Constituency, the NDC offices to be specific, where there has been quite the conversation as well. Well, in the aftermath of headlines changing from yesterday, from that committee which was set up, the majority caucus issuing a statement asking that the election results be annulled, amongst others, the majority leader now having to step down from his position as a member of the committee investigating the matter, and a new rep being put on that committee. All of that and more has got a lot of people talking, even as civil society groupings ask that, look, this be that rallying point which brings an end to all of the monetization in our country's politics. And so from what CDD has put together, they reveal that politics in Ghana is becoming increasingly expensive with serious implications for governance and accountability. And I'll walk you through the implications on governance and what it does on policy, amongst many other things. But let's try and take you to the Ayawaso East constituency right now, where Joseph Armstrong Gold Alogbe is stationed for us, and get a sense as to what really is happening. Armstrong, thank you very much for joining us. Talk to us. What are constituents saying in the aftermath of a weekend where they have become the subject of discussion the country over? Well, we'll connect with Armstrong pretty shortly right now. But one of the many institutions which has condemned the vote buying witness in the NDC primary is the Crusaders Against Corruption, which is, among other things, making a number of demands on the government. We're speaking to one of their reps right now via the phone lines. Good afternoon to you, sir. Thank you very much for joining us via Zoom this afternoon. We're seeing different demands, one of such being the annulment of the elections. For you, as the Crusaders Against Corruption, what are the immediate steps you want to see from the government outside of a recall of the High Commissioner and the party's own investigations currently ongoing?
Thank you very much for having me, and a good afternoon to your viewers. We have indeed, just as you indicated, we've seen a number of calls, specifically one coming from the Majority Caucus, second one coming from the Presidency, and the third one coming from the party in power, being the NDC as a political party. If you assess particularly the first two that I mentioned, one is recalling Baba Jamal, the other one is calling for an annulment of the elections that took place. And our position is that these two proposals are not the best proposals as far as fighting corruption in line with or with regards to vote buying and vote selling is concerned. Remember that vote buying and vote selling in itself is a criminal offense. And if it is a criminal offense, it means that it must be treated as a crime, because that is what the Criminal Code 1960 tells us. When you make reference to section 240, 241, it tells us that both the vote buyer and the vote seller, they've all committed a crime. And so when you see someone committing a crime, such as robbery, murder, what have you, when you see someone committing such a crime, what you do is to apprehend the person, and then you make sure that the appropriate investigative bodies do what they need to do. And when that is done, they end up in court for the court to take, or the law to take its course. The two proposals that came from the Presidency and one from the Parliament, or from the majority, by extension Parliament, none of it is calling for the application of the law. If we do not apply the law as enshrined or written in the Criminal Code, then we'll be doing much, but we'll end up getting nothing out of it. And that is what we've been doing over the past years, for which we've not been able to resolve this issue of vote buying and vote selling. Our inability to apply the law is what has brought us to where we are now. The Majority Caucus, by extension Parliament, they have an oversight responsibility over the executive. And the executive includes the Special Prosecutor's Office, it includes CID, it includes the police, SHRAJ, IOCO, all the investigative bodies. What I was expecting, or Crusaders Against Corruption, we were expecting, for which we have put in our demand, is that they should call the appropriate institutions, specifically either the OSP.
Mr. Wilson?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So just by way of additional from Saturday, and adds that they sent an official who was either assaulted by staff of one of the candidates, but that has come to the attention of the Office of the Special Prosecutor, and the office says it has kick-started investigations. That satisfy one of the many legs in terms of the crime which you're relating to, and it being investigated and being brought to a rightful conclusion.
we would have been satisfied if the OSP has proven to us over the past years that he's indeed a person or an office that is committed to what they say. Remember, the very first time the OSP told us that he is investigating issues bordering on vote buying and vote selling was way back 2019. 2019 to date, we haven't seen anything coming out of it. Indeed, after 2019, we've had other elections such as the 2020 general elections. Between 2020 and 2024, we've had internal political parties elections. We've also had the 2024 elections. Now, this particular year, 2026, we are just about 2 months or less than 2 months old. We've been able to have 2 different elections. 2 weeks ago, the MPP had their presidential primaries. And when they did, per the write-up, able to send his officers to the ground. When he did, and I believe that he did that because we did, when we did, we saw individuals who were buying and selling their votes.
Right.
Should we say that the presidential elections that took place by the NPP, the special prosecutors officers that were there, they didn't see any of such? And if they did, how come they could not apprehend any of them? And even beyond that, why would we wait for the special prosecutor to see directives and issuances coming from 3 different quarters, the presidency, the parliament, and then even the NDC as a political party, before he will be awake to tell us that he has started an investigation? MPP had their primaries 2 weeks ago. When did he realize that he needed to do an investigation? Yesterday. And you think that we should believe that he's committed to it?
So who would you rather look into these matters? Just briefly.
The special prosecutor has the mandate to do that. We need the parliament, and that's where I was coming to. Parliament serving as an oversight. Part of their responsibilities should mandate or should demand from OSP responses as to what they have been able to do over the past years with regards to vote buying and vote selling, and also give a mandate to the, not necessarily mandate because they have the mandate. I mean, OSP has the mandate. They should give a timeline to OSP and tell OSP that maximum of a week from now, he's supposed to investigate these 2 elections that has taken place this year and to give us concrete results. Remember that the NDC, just after constituting their committee, just yesterday or so, to look into the matters, they gave a timeline and said that by close of day tomorrow, they are supposed to give a report. If NDC as a political party can constitute this committee for them to work within 2 days or 3 days, I think that whatever resources that are at the disposal of this committee cannot be compared to that of the OSP as a state institution. The state institution as OSP can and should, through parliament and through the presidency, be given an ultimatum of a maximum end of this week to do an investigation of these 2 and let us know the outcome.
Right then, Mr. Wilson, I appreciate you speaking to us. That's Emmanuel Wilson, is a chief crusader, speaking to us this afternoon. Let's take you to the Ayawaso East constituency, where I mentioned my colleague Joseph Armstrong Gould is stationed to get a sense and an understanding what the constituency is like a weekend after which they became the subject matter of conversation all throughout the country, allegations of vote buying, some of which were justified really on television, amongst others. Armstrong has joined us via Zoom. Armstrong, thank you. What are the constituents, delegates alike, telling you as the investigative committee of the NDC begins its work and all of this talk about and now the election results and what have you?
So here are the constituency, exactly the Lima runabout, delegates, and also the constituency here are not so happy about what has been happening since Saturday evening after the declaration of the election. Yesterday I was here, I engaged with some of the delegates who said that this was the first time a candidate is giving out goodies to delegates. It has become the norm, and they don't see why this current one is of interest to the National Party. And they're asking questions. Baba Jamal is one of the only person who gave out the television set. Others gave motorbikes, others gave a lot of other goodies. And that is what has been happening here. And currently, as I speak to now, the constituency executives are engaged in a meeting where we are waiting patiently for them to finish their meeting and get what exactly they've been talking about. But another thing of interest here at the constituency is the fact that an independent candidate that we are told broke away from the NDC is taking advantage of the current situation to also go around and come out of vote. I saw so many motorbikes on the street here a while ago, and when I found out it was the independent candidate that we are told is currently on its way to the electoral commission, I'm not sure what exactly he's going to do over there. But campaign activities here at the constituency has intensified. I think I'll be joined by the acting chairman of the constituency. If you have some few minutes, you can engage him and find out from him what exactly is happening in there. So we've been here for some time and we are told we are engaged in a meeting. Tell us what exactly has been happening in there. Yes, first of all, what's your name? My name is and you are there. Okay, so what has been happening in there? We implemented a law, and we come into the conclusion that after executive committee, they present the person that the electoral committee has finally chosen as the winner of the election. But we are waiting for our superior, the national, they have constituted 3-man committee to investigate what has happened. But the election was very, very peaceful. There's no any fight or anything. Very, very peaceful. But the issue of vote buying and impeachment. The issue of vote buying. The issue of vote buying. I don't know. That day I'm inside the premises where the election is going on. But I heard they are giving about 900. They look at the results before. It's because of the television. It's an insult to our community. It's because of the television. You should have got 900. Then you see what you have got. 430. You see, and the one who gave motorbike, how much did he get? 88. So we are using our conscience to elect what we want. It's not, yes, it took what was given, but you use your. Yeah, they use our conscience to elect the person that goes based on what was given. No. For me, I haven't received anything. But for those who receive it, I trust my community. They will collect, then they will use their mind. Okay. They use their mind to elect whoever they want. So, what's the position of the constituency executive now? Now that we have the committee going to sit after 3 days. Yeah, after 3 days, we are working them. We are ready to abide. We are ready to abide. Now, yes, they are still. We don't have any. We are ready to abide. Yes. Because party is a chain. National, regional constituency. So by all means,